Imagine waking up to a world that believes you're dead. This is the strange, true story of Essie Dunbar, a woman mistakenly buried alive in 1915, whose incredible survival left her battling the belief that she was a ghost for the next 47 years. Essie's journey is a gripping tale of resilience, mystery, and family secrets, supported by reports from the Times, Augusta Chronicle, and John Bond's book, Buried Alive. Essie Dunbar was an ordinary black girl who grew up in a nurturing family in Blackville, South Carolina. With her kind heart, captivating smile, and gentle nature, she was loved by all. However, Essie suffered from epilepsy, enduring frequent and debilitating seizures. Each seizure filled her with dread, especially when they occurred in public places. The shame and fear of judgment often kept her isolated for days. Despite these challenges, Essie grew into a remarkable woman, resilient and determined to build a fulfilling life. By the time she turned 30, Essie was living independently, managing 2 jobs, and steadily advancing her career. Through discipline and awareness, she identified and avoided triggers for her seizures. Yet, the unpredictable nature of her condition meant she could never let her guard down. In the summer of 1915, Essie woke up unusually late for work. Overwhelmed by a pile of tasks, she spent the entire day completing her assignments, leaving the office late in the evening. Exhausted, she returned home and collapsed into bed, forgetting to take her medication. Later that night, disaster struck. Essie awoke gasping for air as a violent seizure overtook her. Struggling, she managed to activate an alarm beside her bed, alerting her neighbors. Hearing the alarm, her neighbors rushed to her home and, finding no response, broke in. They discovered Essie unconscious and called for help. She was rushed to the hospital, but upon examination, Dr. D.K. Briggs declared her dead. News of Essie's death devastated her sister, who lived in Allendale. The 2 sisters were inseparable, having recently created a list of dreams to accomplish together. Heartbroken, Essie's sister vowed to attend the funeral scheduled for the following day at 11 a.m., determined to bid her beloved sibling a final farewell. The ceremony began as planned, but her sister's train was delayed. Despite waiting, the funeral proceeded without her. As Essie's coffin was lowered into the grave, her sister arrived, wailing and begging to see Essie one last time. Moved by her pleas, the priests and morticians agreed to reopen the coffin. They carefully unscrewed the lid, revealing a sight that would haunt everyone present. As the lid of the coffin was lifted, Essie sat up and smiled. Chaos erupted. Terrified, mourners screamed and fled, believing they had witnessed a ghost. Even the priests stumbled in their haste to escape, some falling into the open grave. Amid the confusion, Essie, unaware of the chaos she had caused, joined in the panic and ran home. Along the way, her appearance caused further hysteria, as everyone who saw her fled in terror. For 2 days, Essie stayed indoors, confused and afraid. It was only when her sister mustered the courage to visit that Essie began to understand the magnitude of the events that had unfolded. Determined to prove she was alive, Essie attended church the following Sunday to share her testimony. Her sister accompanied her, reassuring her that everything would be fine. However, as they entered the church, panic broke out again. An elderly woman spotted Essie, screamed, and ran out. Others followed suit, leaving only a few behind, some curious, others skeptical. Despite the tension, Essie bravely shared her story, explaining how the doctors had mistakenly declared her dead. Yet, many continued to believe she was a ghost who would soon vanish. For the next 47 years, Essie faced a mix of reactions. Some people avoided her entirely, others sought her autograph, and a few asked bizarre questions about the afterlife. Though her life was forever altered, Essie chose to embrace her circumstances, living each day to the fullest. When she finally passed away in May 1962 at the age of 70, those who loved her found solace in the fact that they had been given a second chance to be with her. Essie's story, as reported in newspapers like the Times, the Augusta Chronicle, and John Bond's book Buried Alive, remains a source of intrigue. While the events cannot be fully confirmed, they continue to captivate readers and listeners alike. Do you believe Essie Dunbar's incredible story is true, or is there another explanation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.